taste our delight. Even on the go, we are ready to track it. At Immaculate Television, we bring you the latest, hottest, and spot-on news as it makes the rounds all over the world. Reporting from the nooks and crannies of both rural and urban communities. Talk of politics, business, sports, entertainment, events, and many more. You can trust us with your airtime and view time because we are binoculate. We are Immaculate Television. ITVS.
Let's now bring you up to speed with news around Africa and across the nation, Nigeria. You're welcome to ITVS National News. My name is Anuluakbo Idowu. Amid the soaring rate of inflation in the country, Nigeria's President Tinubu, has said Nigerians are enjoying the lowest living costs in Africa. It also said the administration of President Bola Tinubu was focused on solving economic and security challenges, and while admitting that its reforms would cause immediate pains, but will usher in an era of prosperity in the medium and long terms. The special advisor to the president on information and strategy, Mr. Bayo Onanuga, made these assertions in a statement he signed titled Atiku Abubakar and his new hobby. Onanuga's response followed accusations from the People's Democratic Party (PDP) 2023 presidential candidate Atiku Abubakar, who said Tinubu's economic policies were dashing hopes, creating pain and causing despair among Nigerians. In a statement he signed on Sunday, Atiku argued that the President Tinubu's poor response to the nation's challenges was setting the stage for a prolonged and deeper economic crisis in the country. Onanuga said the former vice president should be honest enough to admit that President Tinubu inherited a weak economy, which to all intents and purposes needs a complete overhaul. The presidency noted that the tax policy and his administration is really working to ensure that it is put into place. Meanwhile, ex-lawmaker representing the Bokun State constituency in Osun State House of Assembly, Mr. Olatubosun Oyintiloye, has urged for opposition parties in the country to stop criticizing Tinubu over rise in violent crimes across the country. Oyintiloye, a chieftain of the All Progressives Congress (APC) in Osun State, who spoke in Osogbo on Sunday, said instead of criticism that will cause distraction, Tinubu should be supported as he sought solution to the change. Shortly away from that story, now to the NAFDAC, the National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control has commenced the enforcement of the ban on the importation, manufacture, distribution, sale, and the use of alcoholic beverages in sachets, PET, and glass bottles of 200 ml and below. The Director General of NAFDAC, Professor Mojisola Adeyeye, stated this on Monday at a press conference in Abuja. She added that during enforcement actions, it was discovered that some manufacturers of the banned products were still producing the product and still had in stocks of both finished products and packaging materials of the products in their possession. In January 2022, NAFDAC stopped the registration of alcoholic beverages in sachet and small volume PET and glass bottles below 200 ml. This decision was based on the recommendation of a high-powered committee of the Federal Ministry of Health and NAFDAC, the Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission, and the industry represented by the Association of Food, Beverages and Tobacco Employers, Distillers and Blenders Association of Nigeria in December 2018. As a result of the decision reached at the end of the committee meeting, producers of alcohol and sachet and small volume agreed to reduce the production by 5% with effect from January 31, 2022, and while ensuring the product is completely phased out in the country by January 31, 2024. NAFDAC committed to ensuring that the validity of renewal of already registered alcoholic products in the affected category does not exceed the year 2024. They don't warrant that the people mostly at risk of the negative effect of consumption of the banned pack sizes of alcohol beverages are the underage commercial vehicle drivers and riders in the country. Away from that as well, now the Socio-Economic Rights and Accountability Project has called on President Bola Tinubu to probe the whereabouts of the $3.4 billion loan obtained in 2020 by the administration of the former President Muhammadu Buhari from the International Monetary Fund (IMF). Serap urged Tinubu to direct the Attorney General of the Federation and the Minister of Justice Lateef Fagbemi and appropriate anti-corruption agencies to promptly probe the allegations that the IMF loan is missing, diverted, or accounted for. According to Serap, the 2020 annual audited report published last week by the Auditor General of the Federation documents damning revelations, including that there was no document to show the movement and spending of the IMF loan. In a letter dated February 3, 2024 and signed by its Deputy Director, Kolawole Oluwadare, Serap noted that the Auditor General was alleged to have declared that no information or document was provided to justify the movement and spending of the fund. In the letter, the organization quoted the Auditor General as having recommended that the money be fully recovered and remitted to the public treasury, and those suspected to be involved sanctioned and handed over to anti-corruption agencies. According to Serap, suspected perpetrators shall be brought to justice, and recover any IMF loan would be a serious resource allocation and exacerbate the country's debt burden. It added that the final two installments due in 2026 and 2027 will each be worth $33.99 billion, being the interest payment. And former Minister of Finance, Budget and National Planning, Zainab Hamid, had appreciated the IMF for its timely response meant to assist to mitigate the impact of COVID-19 pandemic on human population, and promised that Nigeria will certainly make judicious use and prudent management of the facility. We now from there now to your state, where something happened in the Sango area of Ibadan. A fire incident which broke out in the section of Sango Ojuri Market in Ibadan, the Oyo State capital, on Sunday, 4th of February 2024, which destroyed over 20 shops and gulping goods and properties worth millions of naira, according to the victims. In reaction to the fire incident, the lawmaker representing Ibadan North Federal Constituency, Honorable Musiliu Akinremi, popularly known as Jagaban, has pledged to provide necessary support to the people whose shops were affected by the inferno. The fire was said to have started as a result of power surge in the area, according to ITVS reports. And speaking with Immaculate Television, ITVS correspondent, the representative of the federal lawmaker, Honorable Niyi Owolabi, says the lawmaker has communicated the position of the people concerning the fire incident to the federal government, stressing that urgent action will be taken to assist the victims. And here is what he said.
Akinremi, A.K. Jagaban. In fact, we've instructed our master, Akinremi, and has taken a step since yesterday. He has talked to the federal, the people in the position of the federal level, to come and look into this kind of a thing. Whatever they can do, they will do it very urgent. And I can assure you, is this person that promise, he will not fail the promise. He will never. He has been doing it for them, and he will continue to be doing it for them for us.
Honorable Musiliu Akinremi Jagaban, tí wọ́n ṣojú ìjọba ìbílẹ̀ Àríwá ń bí ní ìlú Àbújá. Àwọn ni wọ́n rán wa wá láti wá wo nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀. Látànà tí wọ́n ti gbọ́ náà ni àwọn náà ti gbé sórí rédíò, tí wọ́n rẹ̀ ti jẹ́ kí gbogbo èèyàn mọ kí ló ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ní ọjà Sango ń bí, gẹ́gẹ́ bí nǹkan ti bàjẹ́. Láti àná náà ni àwọn náà ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí gbé ìgbésẹ̀ wípé gbogbo àwa tá a jẹ́ ìyá lọ́jà àti bàbá lọ́jà Sango pé ìrànlọ́wọ́ gbọ́dọ̀ wà ní kíákíá. Ọ̀gá wa Musiliu Akinremi Jagaban wọ́n ti gbé ìgbésẹ̀ láti lọ rí àwọn NEMA àti àwọn tó jẹ́ iléeṣẹ́ tí wọ́n máa ń ran èèyàn lọ́wọ́ láti jẹ́ pé gbogbo àwọn nǹkan tó bàjẹ́ wọ̀nyí kí a lè ti rí ojútùú sí i. So gẹ́gẹ́ bí ọ̀gá wa ṣe jẹ́ ẹlẹ́yinjú àánú tó sì jẹ́ ní tó máa ń nífẹ̀ẹ́ kí nǹkan máa nílọ síwájú, ó bà wọ́n lọ́kàn jẹ́ púpọ̀ pé nǹkan yìí ṣẹlẹ̀. Lẹ́sẹ̀kẹsẹ̀ náà wọ́n ti gbé àwa tá a jẹ́ tíìmù wọn dìde pé a láti wá wo ibi tí dá méjì sí dé dúró. So wọ́n dẹ̀ ń promise pé pẹ̀lú ògo Ọlọ́run kò ní pẹ́ kò ní jìnnà ní kíákíá ìrànlọ́wọ́ òrìde fún yín látọ̀dọ̀ honourable wa honourable Muslo Laide Akeremi Jagaban tí ẹ sì mọ̀ pé àwọn ò kì í ṣe àdéhùn kí wọ́n máa mú ṣẹ pẹ̀lú ògo Ọlọ́run gbogbo àwọn nǹkan tí PRO sọ àti nǹkan táwa náà fojú rí àwa náà ó tún jábọ̀ fún wọn láìpẹ́ láì jìnnà ní kíákíá ìrànlọ́wọ́ yóò dìde sí yín ẹ ṣé àdúpẹ́.
Consequently, the Public Relations Officer PRO Songo Ojuri Market, Chief Dauda Musobolaje, who narrated the incident, says the market leaders, with the support of the community members, took adequate steps in curbing the fire incident, which was soliciting support from government at all levels towards providing succor to the victims. And here is what he had to say.
Kọlọba tó láyé tọ́lọ́run kó máa ran gbogbo wọn lọ́wọ́. Gbogbo tí kálukú ní ni wọ́n fi ràn wá lọ́wọ́. Ẹni tí ó gbomi, ẹni tó yẹ pé ọ̀rọ̀ ẹnu mo rò pé ń ṣẹlẹ̀ báyìí nínú ọjà Ṣàngó lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ báyìí torí pé ọjà Ṣàngó jóná lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ báyìí. So ni wọ́n bá fi pé bá ní pé àwọn fire brigade. Ìgbà táwọn fire brigade náà dé, wọ́n ṣiṣẹ́ torí sẹ́yìn gbogbo ẹlòmíì tó bá máa ń sọ̀rọ̀ sọkúsọ lórí ọ̀rọ̀ fire brigade. Àwọn fire brigade ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ ṣiṣẹ́ gan fún wa o. Kọlọba kó bá ní san gbogbo wọn náà lẹ́san. A sì kí ọlọ́lá jùlọ wa gómìnà wa nípínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ àti àwọn tọ́rọ̀ wa kàn nínú ọjà yìí àti alága local government wa ni. Ẹ rí pé gbogbo àwọn tó kàn nínú àwọn olóṣèlú wa nínú tá a fẹ́ náà ni pé ẹ rí pé inú àkọ́kọ́ lọ́dọ̀ ìjọba àpapọ̀ àwọn NEMA ló máa ń ṣe ètò yìí àti pé àwọn náà a pé ọlọ́lá jùlọ wa gómìnà wa kódà ẹni tó jẹ́ constituency honorable wa ní bíbáyìí honorable Gabriel Ọlájídé Gabriel ó ti débí láàárọ̀ aláàárọ̀ yìí àwọn náà sì ti sọ tí wọ́n nílẹ̀mí fún wa kọ́lọ́ jẹ́ wọ́n lè ṣe fún wa. Bákan náà ni representative Ọláìdé Akérèmí Jagaban àwọn náà sì ti sọ tí wọ́n fún wa. So bákan náà àti gbọ́ pé àwọn náà láwọn ń bọ̀ wá honorable senator pé èèyàn míì náà tọ́lọ́n bá pé kí wọ́n lè mí sí inú ọjà yìí abẹ wọn arọ wọn gbogbo àwọn nínú 24 shop ló jóná àwọn tó ń tajà níbí ọ̀tọ̀ àwọn aláàlọ́ọ̀dù tó níbi ọ̀tọ̀ so tó fi ká wá ní ọ̀nà méjèèjì nígun tí mo wà gẹ́gẹ́ bí PRO ọjà yìí torí pé nísìn ẹ rí wípé àwọn ọ́nàsì tá àti rí láti bí ọdún 15 sí sẹ́yìn ẹ rí wọn nísìn tẹ́lómi ọmọ á sọ pé tó òun ló ní ṣọ́ọ̀bù òun lòun ó gbowó ẹni tí ń tajà tó lófò ńkọ́ kọ́lọ́mọ́ fòfò ṣe gbogbo wa torí ìdí èyí.
Also, some of the victims affected by the inferno lamented on the losses they incurred, and due to the incident were appealing for support from the federal government as well as the state government.
Ṣọ́ọ̀pù wa wà lára àwọn tí ó jóná bíbí. Ó wà lára àwọn bíbí ẹjọ́ ẹ̀hẹ́pù ẹ̀ràn wá lọ́wọ́ o. Owó iyebíye ló lọlẹ̀ o. Àní nǹkan míì náà tá a lè ṣe ju ká máa bẹ̀bẹ̀ lọ kí Ọlọ́run kó ṣàánú wa o. Kẹ́yìn ìjọba náà kẹ́ ṣàánú wa kẹ́ ràn wá lọ́wọ́. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ nítorí Ọlọ́run ẹ̀bẹ̀ là ń bẹ̀ o. Àjọra wa lójú o.
Tá a kan rí ní iná NEPA wọn ló ṣẹlẹ̀ ń bẹ̀. Wọ́n lóru ló ṣẹlẹ̀. Tá a rí tí tèmi rí mọ́ ń bẹ̀ yẹn nìyẹn. Àìṣedé náà là ń káàkiri ṣọ́ọ̀bù tiwa náà wà lẹ́yìn bẹ́ẹ̀.
Bí àwọn ṣọ́ọ̀bù mélòó ló fara gbá ní?
Wọ́n pọ̀ yóò bá sí ò lè 20. 24. Níjẹta gbogbo wọ́n ṣe rajà ní owó olówó owó tí wọ́n lọ yá. Lágbára o.
And lastly, the chairman of the loan cooperative who loaned the victims some money worth more than 10 billion naira as a way of assisting them to purchase some goods, according to him, before the incident, said he is pleading with the government to urgently intervene in this situation and provide support to those affected. And here is more on the report.
Àwọn ìjọba ń bá ó dàbí ipá àwọn kan wọ́n ti dé tí wọ́n lo ẹ̀yìn yẹn.
Orúkọ mi ni Yàyà Àdìgún.
Báwo ni kí ni ipò yìí?
Ipò mi lọ́jà yìí, èmi ni alájọ tó máa ń yá àwọn pípú yìí lọ́wọ́. So that ẹ ò pé àná tí nǹkan ẹ ṣẹlẹ̀ is on the 4. On the 2, on the 1 mo ti yá ogun wọn lówó. On the 1 ni mo ti fún gbogbo wọn lówó Sunday 2 gbogbo wọn dẹ̀ lọ rajà Monday 3 gbogbo road 10 wo yìí tí n bá rí ṣọ́ọ̀bù tá a kì í yá ló ń bẹ̀ bá ṣọ́ọ̀bù bí alójú bíi méjì lọ bí out of gbogbo ṣọ́ọ̀bù tó dún náà bí àwọn ju bíi méjì lọ ṣọ́ra ẹ̀ ń kó tó ṣe wọn yẹn sí ó ti ṣe àwa náà èmi àti partner mi tó dúró lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ mi ṣe owó tó wà ń bí lásán lówó tiwa tó wà nígbà lásán tá a bá ṣe kún nífínní ló tún 10 million naira ni tí ó dẹ̀ ṣe kékeré ṣe so that àwa yá wọn lówó sí ní tí wọ́n fẹ́ fi sanwó fún wa owó ojúmọ́ kí wọ́n fẹ́ tà tí wọ́n á fi dáwó padà fún wa báyìí so that àjẹjọ wà nínú ọjà yìí ṣe àpọ̀rọ̀ tí mi náà gba sùúrù báyìí so that gbé ibi mi náà tí mo dẹ̀ ń fún wọn lówó ibi kan lèmi náà ti lọ wó wá tí mo ti ń fún wọn tó wá sì tẹ̀ pé ìrọ̀rùn ikú nínú ìrọ̀rùn ẹyẹ kò sí tá a fẹ́ lọ́wọ́ ìjọba kọjá pé kí wọ́n bójú àánú wo àwọn tí ṣẹlẹ̀ sí ojú àánú ni gbogbo àwọn tó bá jálá kò sókun lẹ́yọ̀ kí wọ́n ràn wọ́n lọ́wọ́ tó bá ti ràn wọ́n lọ́wọ́ wọ́n ti rìn mí náà lọ́wọ́.
Away from Oyo State now to Niger State, where youth and women of Niger State have taken to the street of Minna, protesting over what they called the biting hardship and the rising cost of living in the country. The protest started when a group of women blocked Minna to Bida Road at the popular Batungu roundabout to lament what they termed the suffering under Bola Tinubu's government. They were later joined by men and youth stopping vehicles from moving. The protest occurred in the morning when some of the youth began speaking in Hausa language, lamenting how the country's economy was getting worse under the leadership of Ahmed Tinubu. A deployment of police operatives to the scene could not stop the youth from the protest, as some of them could be heard saying that the police were the agents of the government and they could do nothing. An attempt by the operatives to quell the protest and effect the arrest of some of the youth failed as the youth chased away the officers who were coming after them. Some passers-by lamented how they narrowly escaped injuries as the youth continued to chase people away from going about their lawful duties. The police operatives had to resort to firing tear gas in the direction of the rampaging youth to disperse them, but despite the tear gas, the youth continued their protest. The Niger State Command spokesperson, Wasiu Abiodun, who reacted to the post, said the police had to apply minimum force to disperse the protesters. We will now give you some entertainment and sports stories, but that will be shortly after this break when we join Favor Okewale for that. Stay with us. Don't go nowhere.
Wherever, whenever there is a story, that is where you find us. Where the gist is developing, that is where we cast our net. Where there is a drama, you can trust us to act it out. And where there is news, reporting is our delight. Even on the go, we are ready to track it. At Immaculate Television, we bring you the latest, hottest, and spot-on news as it makes the rounds all over the world. Reporting from the nooks and crannies of both rural and urban communities. Talk of politics, business, sports, entertainment, events, and many more. You can trust us with your airtime and view time because we are binoculate. We are Immaculate Television. ITVS.
And now there's a red flag to repair the... And rolling right now. And now there's a red flag to repair the... And rolling right.
Thank you, Anoluwapo. Now to the world of entertainment. Nigerian singer Tenny has comically weighed in on Davido's loss to South African singer Tyler at the 66th Grammy Awards. Tenny took to her Instagram account on Monday, February 5, 2024, warning South Africa's football team about the challenge they will face at the AFCON match against Nigeria on Wednesday. She playfully blamed the Grammy Awards for potentially affecting the celebratory mood in Nigeria, questioning if they are trying to kill the groove, emphasizing that there is now an issue. Tenny's post comes after singer Davido lost in all three categories in which he was nominated, including the African Music Performance of the Year category, which was won by Tyler. Other nominated Nigerian singers like Burna Boy, Asake, Olamide, and Harasta also lost in their categories at the award show. These losses led to a variety of reactions from Nigerians across the social media. Despite the setback, Tenny has jokingly redirected her energy towards the upcoming football match between Nigeria and South Africa. Now to the world of sports. Nigerian sprinter Tobi Amusan has set a new African women's indoor record in the 60 meters, clocking 7.75 seconds at the New Balance Indoor Grand Prix in Boston. This performance in Boston replaces the previous record of 7.77 seconds set in Kazakhstan at the Astana Indoor Meet in January. However, despite setting the new record, she came second in Boston, with America's Tia Jones finishing first in 7.72 seconds and followed by the Bahamas' Devin Charlton with the time of 7.76 seconds. Notably, Amusan has already surpassed the Nigerian record on January 27 in her first race of the new athletic session, surpassing the record set by patriotic Gloria Alozie. In January, she had set a new African women's 60-meter hurdles indoor record with a time of 7.77 seconds. The performance came at the Astana Indoor Meet in Kazakhstan. Amusan shattered fellow Nigerians Gloria Alozie's long-standing continental mark of 7.82 seconds set in 1999. The 26-year-old stormed to victory and the 60 meters hurdles final ahead of American Nia Ali and Highland Sarah Lavin. In 2022, Amusan became the first Nigerian to win a World Athletic Championship gold. She also broke the women's 100-meter hurdles world record, ensured to the triumph. The clash between South Africa's Bafana and Cape Verde Blues Shark in the Total Energies African Cup of Nations quarterfinals on Saturday extended into extra time and penalties before a decisive winner emerged. Cape Verde faced a setback as they lost their first 3 penalties, with former Manchester United player Babe missing the opening shots. South African won 2-1 on penalties. The team secured the AFCON semi-final spot and will battle Nigeria on Wednesday, February 7, 2024 at the Stade do Bouquet, Ivory Coast, in a thrilling quarter-final showdown at the Charles Konan Banny Stadium. In South Africa's goalkeeper Ronwen Williams emerged as the hero, making 4 saves in the penalty shootout after a goalless 120 minutes on Saturday night. The intense clash witnessed both teams starting brightly in an open first half, but stellar defensive performances from Williams and Cape Verde's Vonsinha ensured a deadlock at halftime. South Africa's advancement to the semi-final sets the stage for further excitement in the prestigious tournament, with Williams earning accolades for his match-winning contributions. In the relentless battles, both teams fought tirelessly, but the scoreboard remained untouched, leading the quarter-final clash into an added 30 minutes extra time. Despite intensified efforts, the deadlock persisted, ultimately pushing the showdown in a high-stakes penalty shootout. It was the Bafana semi-finals for the first time since 2000. It's back to Anoluwapo. My name is Okewale Favor. Thank you for watching. Do have a wonderful day.
And now there's a red flag to repair the... It's rolling right now. And now there's a red flag to repair the... It's rolling right now.
Thank you, Favour Okewale, for that sport and entertaining story. And now to the rest of the story. National Union of Civil Engineering, Construction, Furniture and Woodworkers in Kano State on Monday embarked on a 3-day industrial action. The strike action beginning from Monday today, according to the unions, is to draw the attention of the powers that be to its demand. A statement by the General Secretary, Comrade Ibrahim Walama, made available to newsmen today said the action became necessary following the refusal of employers to start discussions with the union on the implementation of the wage award agreed between the federal government and the organized labor. Nigeria Labour Congress had ordered their affiliates to withdraw their services nationwide from midnight on November 14, 2023. The strike was also to protest the battering of the NLC President Joe Ajaero and some other executives of the Congress in Owerri, Imo State on November 1st, as well as pending labor issues in Imo State. Ajaero was arrested by the police ahead of a statewide protest in Imo, as disclosed by the NLC's head of information, Benson Upah, although the police denied arresting Ajaero, stating that he was merely taken into protective custody to prevent a mob attack. The Imo State Governor, Hope Uzodinma, accused the Labour leader of meddling in political affairs of the state. The NLC and the two later wrote their affiliates, such as the Academic Staff Union of Universities, National Union of Electricity Employers, Nigeria Union of Teachers, Judiciary Staff Union of Nigeria, and Academic Staff Union of Polytechnics, among others, ahead of a nationwide strike. The letter to the affiliate was jointly signed by the National Secretary, NLC Manuel Ubuaja, and the Secretary General of the Trade Union Congress, Nuhu Toro. And before we bring the news to a halt today, remember that you can now stream our programs on multiple digital platforms. For iPhone users, Limex World is where to find us, and for Android users, NetNiger TV app is where we are. Once and again, thank you for joining. My name is Adolo Akpo Idowu, and on behalf of the entire news production crew, as well as the executive producer of this newscast, Eyitayo Folorunso, say thank you for joining. Do enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.